thumbs up that we're live. So, good evening. We'll open this Apple Valley Unified School District regular meeting on October 6th, 2022, and we'll call it to order at 5 p.m. So with that, I'll do roll call. Dennis Bender.
Here.
Christopher Nunez.
Here.
Maria O'Hara.
Present.
Wilson So.
Yeah.
And Rick Raleigh. I'm here. Maria, if you could lead us in the pledge, please.
Oh, is it?
It's over here.
Ready? Begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Okay. Kylie, do we have any public comments pertaining to closed session?
We do not.
Okay. So what we do is we go into closed session and we'll be back at 7 p.m. But prior to going into closed session, I'm going to read what we're going into closed session for. So it's quite lengthy, so bear with me.
It's a Gideon Bible.
Item 1, pupil personnel expulsion case EXP number 1, 2223 through EXP 4, 2223 and AD 1, 2223. Item 2, conference on litigation, government code section 54956.9 subsection A, current litigation, 7 cases, CIDDS 1907172, 2011183, 2022956, 2023366, CIVSD 2111303, 2208 019, 2207300, Government Code Section 54954.5 subsection C and subsection D, E, 1, anticipated litigation, 3 cases, 2020, 2105, 2021, 2208, 2021, 2213. Item 3, public employee discipline, dismissal, release, reassignment, transfer, leave, title, certificate, and classified employees. Item 4, public employee appointment, resignation, retirement, reduction, title, certificated, and classified employees. 5, conference with labor negotiator, A, agency negotiator, Destin Conrad, B, employee organization, Apple Valley Unified Teachers Association. 6, conference with labor negotiator, excuse me, A, agency negotiator, Destin Conrad, B, employee organization, California School Employees Association. Item 7, conference with labor negotiator, agency negotiator, Tremaine Elson, B, employee organization, unrepresented. 8, conference with labor negotiator, agency negotiator, Tremaine Elson, employee organization, unrepresented, assistant superintendent of administrative services employment contract, assistant superintendent of educational services employee contract, assistant superintendent of human resources employee contract, government code 54957. Item 9, conference with labor negotiator, agency negotiator, Rick Raleigh, board president. B, employee organization, unrepresented, superintendent employee contract, government code 54957.6. Item 10, conference with real property negotiator, government code 54956.8. A, negotiation parties, Matthew Schulenberg, Apple Valley Unified School District. All right, so with those 10 items, I'll ask for motions to go into closed session.
I ask for a motion to go into closed session.
Second. Motion of O'Hara, second. So? Yeah. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, that'll be the order. So we will be back in open session at exactly 7 p.m. Thank you. Here, okay, we're live. Welcome back. We'll call this a regular meeting, public session to order at 7:02. With that, we're going to have a moment of silence, and that is for one of our family members who passed away, Viola Sims. And Viola was a principal at, I got your notes here.
Mariana.
Mariana's, and from 2006 or 2008 to 2016, and she passed away. So with that, we'll have a moment of silence. Thank you. Thank you. We do this almost every meeting. We have a moment of silence. I know. Okay, so with that, we'll move on to reports, student representatives. So first up is Sandia Academy. And that will be Jonathan Perez, Emilia Hernandez, Elian Rodriguez Cuevas. So you guys are up at the podium.
Hello and good evening, board members and guests. My name is Jonathan and I am Sandia's ASB president. With me are Emilia and Elian, the 3 through 5th grade ASB representatives, and Elian, the K through 2nd ASB representative. We appreciate the opportunity to present to you tonight and report all of the great things we have accomplished so far and a few things that we have to look forward to. The events that kicked off our school year started with back to school night, followed by our Pause Passport Walk, where the ASB students were stationed at key points around campus, and the K through 5th grade students walked around to each station. The ASB students were responsible for sharing the school expectations with the younger students. Then, to keep students motivated to be leaders on campus, we have our Pause Behavior Rewards. This is where any adult on campus can acknowledge students each week that are demonstrating exceptional howling behavior. Finally, to kick off School Spirit, we had a Spirit Week to get everyone excited to be back in school.
In September, our after-school program started. In Excel, each day the students have a 1-hour class for literacy and then a 1-hour class where we do things like art, archery, theater, and cooking, and our new option of esports, all of which makes coming to school something to look forward to. We also had our AVCI night where Miss Dariel's 4th grade class won. We are also proud to have 9/11 Remembrance Ceremony where our choir students sing the national anthem. And we were able to recognize all of the students with family members who served, along with the staff members who observed. We also had Mark Griffiths visit our campus, where we had a blast with his motivational yet hilarious ventriloquist assembly. To round out the month of September, we shifted from Spirit Weeks to Spirit Days in order to really get into the school spirit on the first day of Fall Spirit Day.
What a reader.
Now, on to all of the great things that we are looking forward to. Today, our engineering and coding students attend StepCon. Tomorrow, our second graders are going to CSUSB Reading Rally. We are looking forward to all the family nights, which include Fall Fest, family movie nights, a family spring farmer, and other holiday festivals. Finally, some school-wide events to look forward to, including the Spelling Bee and STEAM Fair.
Whoa. Oh, man.
Thank you for this time, and remember that at Sandia, this is how we help to be safe, offer respect, work responsibly, and lead by example. Thank you again, and have a great night. We also want to leave you with this small token of appreciation. It should be in front of you on your desk.
Thank you. Amazing. Thank you so much.
Well, I think they should come up here and run the meeting.
Yeah.
Good job.
Thank you so much.
Oh, man, you made
Great
my
job.
day.
All right. So we still have High Desert Premier Academy, Angelique Daniel.
Hello, guests, and good evening, Superintendent Nelson, President Raleigh, board members, and cabinet. I am honored to stand before you all once again to inform you of the accomplishments and upcoming events of High Desert Premier Academy. This month is National Bullying Awareness Month. Our counselors are meeting with every class to bring awareness to bullying with various social and emotional lessons. Earlier this month, the superintendent and assistant superintendent came to visit our campus to meet with students to discuss teacher and student relationships. I thought this meeting was well organized and a great outlet for students to be heard. Students got to express their personal opinions on sticky notes and post them all around the multi-purpose room. And in my opinion, this was way more efficient than having just to do multiple choice surveys. And I felt like my peers and my feelings were being taken into consideration. So I'd like to thank you guys personally. We also had our first school site council meeting, and parents and students gave opinions regarding school activities on campus. We are excited that HDPA might have the opportunity to engage in comprehensive school activities such as dances, Spirit Week, and Grad Night. This month, several of our students have had the opportunity to work at the district and experience what student services does in the food pantry. Roughly 10 to 15 of our students have been able to work 100 hours completing community service with Miss Aurora and Miss Zyra. I personally have been able to work a few hours there, and it was an eye-opening experience. I personally never knew that our district helped that many less fortunate families. I helped prepare at least 200 boxes of food for families in need, and it is especially rare to find people who are open to do something without something in return. So I'd like to personally thank all of the staff that work in the food pantry. This work is amazing and so helpful for our communities. Last month, students at High Desert Premier Academy had a field trip to iFly in Ontario. And now we are looking forward to the Safari Park trip in San Diego next month. I went on the field trip to iFly, and this was by far one of the most exciting field trips I have ever been on. It wasn't all fun and games, though. Students learned about the structure of the building, how different weight classes fly, and how to calculate how much air pressure an object would need to stay in air. Me personally, I just wanted to fly, so it was just like, it was a fun learning experience all around, though, and I thank everyone who were involved in helping us get this trip go into motion. We are also looking forward to the esports club participating in their first tournament next month. They will be competing in the San Bernardino County Esports League. Free tournaments for Super Smash Bros. Are October 26th, November 16th, and December 14th. They will also participate in the Rocket League tournament on January 25th, February 15th, and March 15th, and they are extremely excited. Thank you all for your time and support, and I can't wait to see all of you at our next meeting. Everyone have a nice fall break.
Thank you. Granite Hills, Ashley Guzman.
Good evening. Good evening, board members, Superintendent Nelson, and attendees. For those of you who are new, my name is Ashley Guzman, Granite Hills 2022 to 2023 school year's governing council president and representative. I have come back to join you this month with my vice president, Itzel Favela, to give you an update on how well school life has been going. Last month, I mentioned many of our first school events that were going on. So in order to start off this meeting, I would like to mention that we had our first school dance homecoming. Our school's homecoming was under the sea themed, and we had lots of fun and participation at the event, selling over 420 tickets. Pretty fantastic, if you ask me. We started using 5-star students, which is a simple and effective way of reaching out to our student body in order to give them updates on upcoming events and activities going on and receiving feedback. It helps us get data on what the students do and don't like so that we can continue improving. We even recently put up a poll on 5-star survey to see what theme our student body would like to see for our winter formal. Prior to the dance, we had our homecoming game where we beat Hesperia 56-42 and even got recognized as Offensive Line of the Week by San Bernardino. One of our own players, Cameron Smith, was nominated for the San Bernardino Inland MVP of the Week in the same game by the entire High Desert. During the halftime show, we announced our homecoming royalty court and showed them off in fancy trucks led by our school's band. Band has also joined Apple Valley High School in playing in the parade that took place on Happy Trails. On the topic of football, tomorrow night is our last home football game of the season, which means it is our football and cheerleaders senior night. We have a total of 10 senior football players and 10 senior cheerleaders that will be recognized at the game. Our volleyball team has also had their senior night last Wednesday, where 10 of our volleyball players played at their last home game of the season, and it was overall a beautiful event. The team decorated the gym, and all of their friends and family came to cheer them on. Yesterday, they beat Adelanto High School, which earned them an automatic spot in playoffs, but they had well over 500 records, which means they still could have qualified regardless. Our girls' tennis team is currently undefeated in league, and one of our players, Layla DeBrito, was recognized as Player of the Week in the Daily Press. The boys' water polo team has had 3 very close games and won their first game in over 2 years. Now, to speed it up with help from our runners, the cross-country team, the boys are currently in first place for Desert Sky League, and our girls come in second. With our fall sports teams coming to an end, girls and boys soccer tryouts have begun, and boys and girls basketball tryouts are coming soon. Softball's preseason begins once we get back from break on the 17th. Our MedCorps students recently had their annual blood drive and got many donors to participate. With the first quarter ending this week, counselors have been meeting with all of our students to see how they have been keeping up, doing grade checks and interventions to see if they have support in order to meet their needs. They have also been meeting with seniors in particular for grad checks and just the push for college applications that opened over the weekend on October 1st. They will continue to meet with us in order to offer help with applications and applying for financial aid. There will be a specific workshop for financial aid on the 19th. Avid seniors are currently on a field trip to Northern California to visit around 11 different colleges and universities over a span of 5 days. This is an exciting opportunity to expose them to a college they may want to apply into and enroll them into application season. We have had many opportunities this past month to create awareness for Suicide Prevention Awareness Month. We have had many guest speakers come visit our campus, and just last week we had someone from Partners Against Violence come in to talk about toxic relationships and how to avoid getting into them. This month, I personally want to emphasize Breast Cancer Awareness Month by encouraging students to wear pink and giving information about it. We had our first African American Parent Advisory Meeting, which is a new parent committee on campus to promote involvement and support. We're looking forward to having many more. Upcoming events we have in store for this month are our traditional yet voluntary celebration of Halloween by having 2 separate costume contests, one with the students during both lunches and one with the staff and faculty before school. We also hope to have our Powder Puff game on the 28th, but there may be date changes due to admin availability that weekend. All things considered, the student body has been very hyped up, showing lots of school spirit, and sports teams have continued to give it their all. I want to thank you all for your time this beautiful Thursday evening, and always remember, Maroon and Gray, lead the way. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashley. You guys got a lot going on. Appreciate it. Thanks. Apple Valley High, Madison Garcia.
Good evening to the members of the board and attendees. My name is Madison Garcia, and I am the senior class president of the Apple Valley High School Associated Student Body. To start off, I would like to discuss some of the events that have taken place since the last time we've met. For events, we had our Bell Week, Powder Puff, Back to School Dance, and Hispanic Heritage Month. Our Bell Week is arguably one of the most important events at AVHS because of how much it raises the school spirit and brings the community together. We have events throughout the week that are not only incredible fundraisers for groups within the school, but also allows the students and community to become actively involved. These include Spirit Days, Bonfire, and of course the game itself. We had an amazing involvement every day, and it was definitely a success. We were also able to take home the bell for the 11th year in the row. Powder Puff is an event at our school where the girls of the junior and senior class compete in a game of flag football. The football players got a chance to coach, and it was a great way to get students connected in a unique and exciting way. Unfortunately, our seniors took another loss, but it's okay. Um, our ASB sophomore class held the annual back to school dance as well, which compared to other years had a great turnout for over 100 students. Hispanic Heritage Month also just concluded that it is something that we just added to our campus this year. Students in ASB worked hard all month to highlight our Hispanic community on campus. We did things throughout the month such as teacher highlights, posts on social media, and we informed the students on history of the culture and incorporating this into school events. Like all these events have brought up school spirit and community involvement drastically. We hope that this momentum continues through the rest of the school year. We are also in the process of planning some of the biggest events of the year, including Every 15 Minutes Counts. Every 15 Minutes is a project that multiple groups on campus, such as ASB, Camp, and HOSA, come together to create. It demonstrates the impact of driving under the influence. This project is an eight-month process, and as of right now, we are starting to contact local businesses and emergency services to support our production. Our senior class is also planning their homecoming dance, which is on October 22nd. This event allows students to feel motivated to get their grades up and demerits done in order to reach their goals. It also allows them to have stress-free night, which is definitely needed. Renaissance is yet another event that allows students to get the opportunity to motivate them to get their grades up and to help their attendance. ASB puts on crowd-inclusive production that lasts for multiple hours of one of the school days, and students tend to really enjoy this event. It occurs twice a year, once during the first semester and one during the second semester. The final major event that we are planning this month is Socktober. This is actually in action right now, and we will continue throughout the entire month of October. We are having a fundraiser where students and staff are able to purchase unique socks through an online store. Along with this, there's a sock donation, so students can donate new, used, or unused, unused socks to their fifth period classes. No one wants that. And whoever has the most amount of socks by the end of the month will win a class prize, such as a pizza party. All of the donated socks will go directly into the community. Continuing with the community and student involvement, we have our football, volleyball, tennis, and cross-country teams competing right now. Football is doing amazing this season, currently winning 5 of 6 games and ranking in the top 20 schools in Southern section as well as number 1 in league. For volleyball, they only have 4 games left in the season and just had their senior night last week. Our tennis team is currently placed 3rd in league. Cross-country has completed 2 league cluster meets and 1 left until finals on November 2nd. We are so proud of all of our student athletes who continue to represent our school. As the school year continues, we're hopeful that this positive momentum will continue. The bond between the students, staff, and community at AVHS is evident in not only every single one of our activities, but also on a daily basis on campus. Thank you for your time. I look forward to the amazing year ahead of us. Thank you.
Thank you, Madison. I want to commend all the speakers. Did a good job. It's not easy getting up in front of a whole building full of people and speaking, but everybody did a really great job. So we look forward to hearing from you next month as well. Thank you.
Tell me to go home and study.
Yeah. Mr. Bender says you can go home and study. Okay, have a good night. Thank you.
Good job.
All right. Moving along, reports. We'll move on to California School Employees Association, CSEA. Are there anybody here to give a report tonight? Okay. VUDA. Anybody here from VUDA to give a presentation? Yes. Karen, you're up.
Good evening, board members, Superintendent Nelson, assistant superintendents, and audience members. I hope this evening finds everyone doing well and ready for a much-needed fall break. I'm also hoping, well, actually, I'm pretty sure there will be cause for celebration tonight. Anyone bring the sparkling cider? From what I heard and witnessed at our members' ratification meeting, I'm speaking for all members in saying thank you. We are very grateful for the outcome of these negotiations. Sorry. Gratitude makes sense of our past, brings peace for today, and creates a vision for tomorrow. That was the process that happened during negotiations. We reviewed past contract language, changed what made sense at the time into what needed updated for today's needs. Looked at past salary schedule, hourly wages, raising the cap on insurance, as well as stipends, and agreed upon the changes to meet the needs of our current members and our future members. This is bringing peace to many members. Now they can focus on creating a vision for tomorrow. New teachers can focus on becoming the best teacher they can be for our students instead of worrying so much about finances. Other teachers can create a vision for what their years to come in AVUSD looks like, a vision for much needed vacations, and eventually a vision for what retirement looks like. I personally have gratitude for what I witnessed during negotiations. I have the utmost respect for everyone in that room. I cannot express to our members enough how everyone, AVUDA and the district, worked together in unity that last day to wrap everything up and bring our credentialing staff the best possible outcome they could. Everyone in the room had a voice, and great discussions, honest discussions, were had. I should clarify, it wasn't just that day that everyone worked in unity. That was just the day that everyone was looking forward to finishing so our members could ratify the contract and the district could get money in their pockets to help them. We look forward to the next round of negotiations in the spring. Again, thank you for all you do and have a wonderful fall break. And solidarity, Karen.
Thank you, Karen. Okay. Closed session reports. Mr. Bender, you will read any action taken during closed session.
There's a ton of it.
Okay.
In closed session, the Board of Trustees took action in support of the following recommendation from the superintendent. On a motion by Wilson, a second by Maria, they approved the memorandum of agreement with the Apple Valley Unified School District Association of UTA, dated September 27, 2022, regarding Article 19, initial salary placement. The vote was 5-0. In closed session, the board took action in support of the following recommendation from the superintendent. On a motion by Wilson, seconded by Maria, the board approved the following. Approve the memorandum of agreement with the Apple Valley Unified School District of UTA, dated September 8, 2022, regarding the 2022 through 2025 successor contract. The vote was 5-0. In closed session, the board took action with the labor negotiator on a motion by Chris, seconded by Wilson, approved the memorandum of understanding with the Apple Valley Unified Teachers Association dated September 21, 2022, regarding Cassandra Hall and Sabrina Fuentes receiving 17% of their base salary pay for prep period assignments during the 2021-22 school year. The vote was 5-0 in favor. In closed session, the board took action in support of the following memorandum. On a motion by Maria, seconded by Wilson, approve the memorandum of understanding with the California School Employees Association, CSEA, Chapter 828, dated September 15, 2022, regarding an increase in hours effective October 1, 2022. In closed session, on a motion by Wilson, seconded by Maria, the Board of Trustees approved the following. Approved the tentative agreement with the California School Employees Association, CSEA, Chapter 828, dated August 30th, 2022, regarding a 6.5% increase in total compensation for the 2023-24 school year. The vote was 5-0 in favor. And finally, the board took the action on a motion by Chris, seconded by Maria. The Board of Trustees approved the following. Directs the superintendent to agendize the contracts for the assistant superintendents and the superintendent at the November 3rd, 2022 board meeting, which shall include a 10% salary increase effective July 1, 2022, a 34.49 cent per diem increase effective January 1st, 2023, a $10.86 per diem increase effective July 1, 2023. The language in each contract shall include an alignment with the longevity language provided within the certificated management guidelines. Further, the contract of the superintendent shall be extended to June the 30th, 2026. The vote was 5-0. Thank you.
Thank you, Dennis. Okay, item 5, adoption of the agenda. The board may approve the agenda as is or add or pull items from the consent for discussion and or action. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, so we have a motion Nunez, second Bender. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, that'll be the order. Okay. We'll move on to public comments. Kylie, do we have any public requests to speak cards?
We do have 2.
Okay, thank you. First up, Leslie McNeely. And after Leslie will be Ken. Ken, B.
Hi there. Good evening, school board members, Trinae Nelson, and district staff. Most of you already know me, but for those of you who don't, I'm Leslie McNenley, the new bargaining chair for AVUTA. For the past several months, we've been in negotiations with the district for our 2021 through 2024 contract. We reached a tentative agreement September 21st, and on September 27th, we held a ratification meeting. Turnout was very large, and I'm happy to report that the tentative agreement between the district and our unit members was overwhelmingly approved. We appreciate your willingness to listen to our concerns. We're hoping that to continue negotiations over the course of this 3-year contract cycle with a focus on problem solving and working together. It's not always easy in negotiations, but I think we generate the best results when we work toward common goals. So I just want to thank you for your support. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you for your comments, Leslie. Ken, is it Beam?
Good evening, everyone. First off, anybody know what the acronym RED means? RED means remember every deployment. There's 80% of veterans up here in the high desert alone. Seeing every student wearing red on Friday not only encourages the veterans, but it also shows support to the veterans. I've already talked to Mr. Clark of Yucca-Loma Elementary, and he has agreed to incorporate red on Friday with the Spirit Week for Friday. I'm asking that all schools proceed with having red for Friday. Second, last month, I have brought to you guys the issue with the bathrooms facing the street to Yucca-Loma. I have suggested options, and to see them be denied and ignored, but to see the bathrooms be locked, it does upset me a little bit because I have a little girl who has a little bladder. Running across campus to go to use the restroom puts her at risk of going and wetting their pants. As I stated, either allow Apple High, both welding and woods classes to build a barrier, or I'm proposing this as well. If you get the products, the resources, I will have no problem going and putting it up myself. I will volunteer my time to at least put a privacy barrier. You guys have walls that support the beams out there. Why can't you guys go and do that as well for those little kids? That's all I have to say.
Thank Ken. Well, we'll respond to your comments, Attorney Nelson. Well, okay, moving right along. Kylie, that was the only two speakers then? Okay. Item 2, superintendent comments. Trinae.
Our first round of student advisories have concluded, and you heard Angelique, our representative from High Desert Premier, speak about it. It's a day that Mr. Schlosser and I meet with the students as cross-sections of student representatives from each of our schools. We do the high schools independently so that we get the feedback directly about those schools in particular. And then we do an entire district 4th through 8th grade group here at the district office, about 100 kids in the multipurpose room. And they allow us to hear directly from them about their needs, the relationships that are built on campus, and their perspective and challenges they face as students. For us, the fact that we walk in the door and they just know us as the superintendent and the assistant superintendent, and then they start giving us information is pretty amazing. We have a second round ready to go in January. And at that time, we'll use our youth truth data to compare where we're at from previous data to now. The students know that that's coming. And I just wanted to publicly say that I really appreciate each of the schools giving us a location that we could meet with students privately. We kept their anonymity to some extent so that they felt safe sharing the information. And then here at this district office, Whitney Hansen, one of our teachers on assignment, Lorena Meza, and Deborah Sarkisian always start the elementary kids off, because 100 elementary kids from 11 elementary sites is a lot to get to like mix. And so they start them off with a mixer, some icebreakers, and the kids immediately just respond. And then it's a little bit like, okay, we've had fun, now we're going to get to work. And they always do. So pretty impressive that these kids come together and are able to give us major feedback. We've started our extended learning opportunities program funded by the state. These are intended to extend the day for students in elementary TK through 6th grade. They can be held before and or after school. So we do have some schools that are doing some before school activities. Our high school students will be the student workers in these programs, which gives them paid work opportunities within the district and some work experience. We're loving that part of extended learning opportunity. Our police department has received a few more of the replacement vehicles. You'll see them around town. And currently this month, as you heard the Granite Hills speaker talk about breast cancer awareness, our officers are wearing pink patches to show support for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I did tell them that I was with the Chafee College group yesterday, and ours look much better. No competition. And then next week is fall break. I'm just really hopeful that everybody's able to enjoy their time with their families, and that if they aren't going to be with family, but they do something that just rejuvenates their soul. This break comes at just the perfect time in a school system's calendar. So thank you.
Thank you, Trinae. Board member comments. Mr. Wilson.
Yeah, got it. Yeah, and this past year I have mentioned that my baby daughter, a dentist in Indiana, plastic surgeon, discovered a injury occurred from 60 years ago when I just got stuck on into high school. Yeah, and they did surgery, and the surgery has been successful, very painful. I don't know if anybody has been Noah can shoot into your jawbones. But the surgery is completed, and I'm leaving in a few days to have my bridge unit reattached, brand new one. Yeah, so, but then there's a joke or rumor saying, oh, Wilson's not going to come back. He's going to stay in the Apples. And there's no such truth. Apple Valley is my permanent home. My late wife and I designed the house and we built it. It's a very nice house in Apple Valley. And so I just want to come. But also another very couple of happy news. Today at lunchtime, we met at the Apple Rotary Club. And for about more than couple of years, the club was shut down because of the COVID-19. But the reason for I'm excited is our meeting was focused on fundraising to provide money to the students. We buy books for the kindergarten students, and we buy dictionary the third grader, and we have done that. Yeah, I show up some of the schools, distribute those books. And at the same time, the money we raise provides scholarships to our high school graduates. I just want to announce that we have meeting again. In fact, this Saturday, we're doing a fundraising at the airport. Everybody wanted to come out and watch the air show. We're there. That's all I have.
Thank you, Wilson. Maria Okpara.
Thank you so much, Mr. President. I'm going to start by congratulating Apple Valley High School for bringing home the bell, because I'm a Sun Devil by heart. And then I will go on to express to you the excitement that I have visiting the different schools. This last month, I was able to visit Rancho Verde, and those fourth graders put me to task. I've never had young people ask me such incredible questions about why I chose to be a board member. I wasn't expecting it. I thought I was just going to ride through, but they kept me on notice that they are watching me. So it was really good to be there and to really see their faces. It was a very warm welcome. And one of the things I noticed when I went through the different schools, so far I have been able to see 10 schools. But as I go through the different schools, the elementary principals have a tendency to find things on the ground they pick up. So no matter where we're going, they'll always just find this thing, pick the thing in the trash, and then go to pick the thing and go to the trash, and we're still talking. And I really appreciate that. I admire you guys for what you do, and you go around your campuses finding things and keeping the kids in check. The kids know you. When I was an assistant principal, and even when I was principal, the kids knew the assistant principal before they knew me. So this is a really good experience. Granite Hills High School, they gave me the warmest welcome. The band actually performed, or the music class actually performed for me. And I really realized what I had missed when I was in school. I wish I had taken some piano lessons because those beginning piano students were excellent. They walked me through the Christmas songs, and they actually let us sing along, which was really incredible. When I went to Sycamore Rocks, the office staff was so welcoming, and the principal actually took me through every single class in that 1 hour I was there. And the kids were so engaged. Never seen a kindergarten class, or even a TK, where the kids did not notice that there was a guest in the room. They just continued on as if I wasn't even there. That was impressive. And then, of course, I went to Granite Hills, Rancho Verde, Yakaloma, Sycamore Rocks. I can tell you, I can go on and on. But the one thing I walked away with was the excitement in the faces of those children and their willingness to want to come to us and learn. And actually watching that little child read with such carefree feeling. This is something you will never find me do, to get up and applaud a kid. But this one was just too overwhelming for me to just let it go. So I hope you forgive me for getting up to applaud this little kid. And I also need to appreciate and say thank you to those people who have donated things to the school district. When you look in our board agenda, there are just a few donations that have come. those are huge donations, and they are actually donating to our food pantry.
That's right.
If you've never been to our food pantry, I encourage you to go and see the great things that they are doing over there. And also to appreciate the adult education program. I saw their curriculum, and I'm so ecstatic about the kinds of things that they're offering to our adult learners who want to learn. Um, I can't say enough, but I need to leave space for somebody else
Yes, okay.
to talk. But I have to say thank you so much for allowing me to sit here and to represent you, and their willingness to tell me when I am making a mistake so that I can correct it. Sandia School was amazing in the assembly. When I went through there, it reminded me of the years my children went through that school. I have to say thank you to all the principals and the administrators that welcome our kids every day. Thanks again.
Thank you, Maria. Christopher Nunez.
Thank you. Okay, gosh, there's a lot been going on. First, let me start off, of course, by congratulating Apple Valley High School on their 11th bell game victory. That was a lot of fun. Thank you so much to Granite Hills Homecoming for giving us the victory when we got out there for the game. It was a great game. I walked out, I got a brand new t-shirt for Granite, which I was happy to get some new swag. And as I was walking back to the car to put something in the car, I hear the most beautiful music. It's amazing. What is going on? So I walk over to the other side of Apple Valley's campus, and the vocal music department is having their fall recital. To everybody here, to everybody in the community, if you've never sat on the lawn and listened to these kids perform, holy smokes, you guys, you are missing out. So be sure to get out there, check out Sensations, Vocal Motion, and then of course Chamber Choir over at Granite Hills. We've got some tremendously talented students. Good luck to HDPA and all of our schools who will be supporting or participating in their first esports contest. Thank you to all of the faculty and staff members and administration who sat on our negotiations teams. This is a really important process that is not easy on anyone. But the fact is you all were really dedicated to making sure you stayed focused on what really mattered, which is taking care of our students and our schools and making sure that all of our staff is well cared for. So thank you all so much for keeping that in mind and accomplishing this big task. I want to thank a lot of our staff and faculty and now student employees who are coming and helping to support our ELOP programs. One of the big drives for this year was to make sure that everybody was really engaged. And if you've heard through the presentations from our schools this month and last month, there's a lot of activity happening. And that takes a lot of effort, a lot of work, but it yields gigantic benefits for our students. So thank you so much for keeping that engagement piece so high on your priority list, because everything else is going to follow that. Lastly, I can't believe it's already October, right? It comes with a lot of momentum, like we heard tonight, and we're going to keep that going. I hope you all enjoy your fall break, and we will see you mid-October to keep the fun going. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris. Dennis.
Wow, I'm gonna be like a kid that turned in a 3-page report.
I thought you always were that kid.
This first 9 weeks flew by. Our kids, our sport teams are doing good. I coached in a lot of bell games, and I'll tell you what, a victory in a bell game, something about 11 in a row, man, and they ought to call their coach Owen. You know, I mean, it's also it's great to drive by our schools and go to our schools, and the kids aren't wearing masks. That's all I have to say.
Thank you, Dennis. I was going to bring up, and Maria had touched on it, the food bank a little bit, and I believe Walmart donates the majority of the food. And there's another food bank that you may see in town too, which is over at the Apple Valley Inn on Saturday mornings. And the line is quite long of the vehicles waiting to get in. So there is a need in our community for these food banks. Unfortunately, that's the times we live in, and with inflation and different problems that society is facing, there's a lot of hungry people. So I want to thank the staff that puts together that food bank, because it really is amazing. And thank you for touching on it, Maria. The second topic I want to talk about is not very pleasant either, and that is the fentanyl crisis that's affecting our children, not just in Apple Valley, but throughout the country. And most of us here at the table here received an email quite detailed from Trene last week about the fentanyl crisis and the issues that our children are facing. The fentanyl is being pushed on our kids, as young kids, as candy and other things. And fentanyl is a drug that is actually legal if it's prescribed by a doctor. It's not a homemade drug by any means. It is legal for cancer victims and things like that. But what I'd like to see is an outreach, maybe through our police department, on the dangers of this and the kids that are facing. And it is a crisis. And I know that we were going to have the Narcan on the campuses, which is it brings people back that ingest it. Sometimes you can ingest it just by touching it. It's not something that you have to actually take to be infected. So I just wanted to, I guess what I'm getting at is thank Trene for reaching out early on with this without any push from the board on this. She took the bull by the horns and is doing something about it. But it's very important that we stay on top of that issue. So with that, let's move on to discussion items. And the first discussion item is approve the successor contract between Apple Valley Unified School District and Apple Valley Unified Teachers Association, period of agreement, July 1st, 2022 through June 30th, 2025. Is there any discussion on that? No? Okay, with that, we need a motion to
So moved.
approve. Motion Bender. Second, So. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, that will be the order. Item 2 for discussion would be approve the certificated and classified personal actions as listed. Any discussion? Hearing none, then I'll need a motion.
Move to approve.
Motion Nunez,
I'll second it.
second Bender. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, that'll be the order. Approve the recommendation for requested leave as noticed, which is item 3. Any discussion? Need a motion to approve? Motion
I'll second.
Second Nunez. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, that'll be the order. Item 4, approve recommendation of the administrative hearing chairperson effective immediately on expulsion case EXP 1202223. Moved by Maria,
Second it.
second Bender. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, that'll be the order. Expulsion case EXP number 220222323. Moved by Maria,
Second.
second Nunez. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, that'll be the order. Expulsion case EXP number 3202223. Moved by Maria,
Second.
second Nunez. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, that'll be the order. Expulsion case EXP number 4202223. Moved by Maria, second So. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, that'll be the order. Admission case AD number 1202223. Moved by Maria,
Second.
second Nunez. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, that'll be the order. Item 5, approve the contract amended addendum with California Professional Management for the Apple Valley Unified School District fire alarm upgrades at Sycamore Rocks and Yucca Loma Elementary. Any discussion? Hearing none, I'll need a motion.
So moved.
Motion Bender, second Maria. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, that'll be the order. Item 6, authorize the award of the District Needs Assessment Facilities Master Plan Project to Eric Hall and Associates, EH&A, a division of MGT, thus authorizing the Assistant Superintendent of Administrative Services to commence contract negotiations with selected consultant. Any discussion? Moved by Maria. Give a second? Second, so. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, that'll be the order. Okay, moving on to consent agenda. It is recommended the Board of Trustees consider approving a number of agenda items as the consent list. Consent items are routine in nature and can be enacted in one motion without further discussion. This procedure conserves meeting time for full discussion of significant issues. Consent items are approved in one motion. So we have items 1 through 37. Does anybody need to pull any of those items for discussion? Okay, motion so.
I'll second.
Second, Nunez. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, that'll be the order. Okay, so we don't have any need to go back into closed session. And moving up.
Mr. President, do we have the form for item number 25?
Item 25.
We do have it, Ms. Okpara, for a signature. That's the counseling application for the American Association of School Counselors. And I believe Ms. Okpara was the one that brought it to our attention because it was emailed to her for a signature. So it's you've approved it, but I think if it's okay, she would like to sign it on behalf of the board because they had reached out to her. Is that correct? Is that correct, Ms. Okpara? Is that what we're asking? Okay. I might have known that. I apologize.
So that's item 25 on consent is what she's speaking.
Yes.
Ratify the agreement with Safe and Civil Schools for Professional Development. Champs.
No, it's actually
It
it
says
was the
20
wrong number, but
Oh,
I'm,
which one is she
help me
speaking of?
out, people.
Item 13.
Item 13. There we
Oh,
go.
okay, you're
Thanks.
way ahead of us there. Okay, accept Granite Hills High School application through American School Counselors, item 13.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's been approved, Maria.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, closed session. Let's see here. Let me get myself back in order here.
Your motion to adjourn.
Not yet. Oh, okay. Nothing to report from closed session. Superintendent has another comment she'd like to make.
In reference to fentanyl, you've approved tonight a board item and an administrative regulation that allows us to move forward with that. We are in the queue with the state in ordering, waiting for this approval. That was all. But we are going to go under contract to purchase fentanyl because we can purchase it.
Narcan.
I'm sorry.
Narcan.
Yeah, we're not doing
Narcan.
Look, I get a compliment for being on it, and then I call the wrong thing. Thanks. Thank you. I've got fentanyl on the brain. But we are going to go forward with the Narcan order, and we are going to do a PO for that tomorrow. Our nurses are already in process, but they knew that they couldn't push the button until we had an approval tonight from the board. Then they'll start moving forward with training. And hopefully when we return, and I'll notify the community when it is actually in schools, and so that everybody knows. Likewise, yesterday, we received from the California Department of Public Health a toolkit regarding fentanyl. Zoe, you saw Zoe here earlier as our public information officer. She's going to work towards either weekly notifications through our social media posts and push notifications so that our families have the latest information in kind of doses of information, because it's overwhelming when you read it all, but we do want them to be like public service moments, and we know other districts are going to be following suit because it is something that's already been supplied to us. Okay. And then as far as the bathrooms at Granite Hills High School, I know Mr. Schillenberg will look at, I'm sorry, Yuckaloma, just send me home.
We know what you meant.
What school did I say?
Granite
Hills.
Hills. Granite Hills. He said they're giving fentanyl away at Granite Hills.
I did. Don't make up rumors here because this is being recorded and Adam's in the audience. Sorry, Adam. We're not trying to cause more problems on your campus. Okay. Mr. Schullenberg, bathrooms at Yuckaloma.
Yeah, and as a matter of fact, Jim Hopper, our Director of Maintenance and Operations, has been working with Mr. Clark, the principal at Yuckaloma, to design an appropriate barrier structure, which is going to be installed over fall break.
So Ken, you didn't fall on deaf ears. All right.
Thank you.
Okay, is that all you have today?
That's it.
Okay, thanks. Is there any other board comments? Okay. I'm sorry, was there?
Oh, you know what? There's one thing. I'm sorry. I just want to say thank you very much for the town of Apple Valley for the great support that they've shown to our high schools, lighting up town hall for the Bell game and then for the Granite Hills home game. And then HDPA is coming, so look for it to be yellow soon.
Okay, so with that, we need to sign documents, so don't leave. And our next board meeting will be November 3rd, 2022. So a motion to adjourn. Motion so.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, that'll be the order.
We're out of here.
Can we look into the coast to coast while we have time?
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Are we gonna think about coast to coast?
Yeah. So we have a placeholder because we're only allowed, okay.